Welcome to the channel. This is gonna be the first episode to a new series, Mobile Legends 101, where I play heroes and give comments on the gameplay, the hero itself, and of course, in general, just what's happening in the game. So, quick story. I actually recorded an episode before this one, playing Selena. I got a savage, but my smartass forgot to record the video, so there's that. So anyway, I'm just gonna try it again and trying to walk through the hero and the gameplay for third time today. I did a test run, so this is gonna be the third time, and hopefully this works just fine. So with Selena, one of her most overpowered features is that she can farm the jungle from level 1. With the retribution, you can just stack the first 2 traps and get your third trap to just, afflict additional damage and clear the jungle faster. So this is what I usually do. I clear the first buff, I clear the jungle, both top and bottom, and then I transition to the lane. Usually there's an enemy waiting for me but this time we can just go and take the buff. Okay, so kind Leslie didn't take her. So anyway, by this time there should be an enemy waiting for you in this lane, like this. So what you want to do is just try and aim for a stun. Even though it's under the tower, we can still get her because we can always transition out with our second skill, like that. Then you want to move on to place your traps to get vision on the nearby map and try and transition to the other lanes. That's supposed to hit, but that's fine. We get experience. So with Selena, what you want to do is just always place your traps. Remember, Selena can place up to 3 traps, but I usually just place 2 because the last one will be replaced if I want to stun an enemy with an abyssal trap. So this way I have vision over here and I have vision in the middle, and so I can tell whether an enemy is roaming to my side, or if they're roaming outside my lane. And then I can just react accordingly, like this. So I know that Bane is in the middle, nobody's in the bottom lane, so we can probably transition to the middle without sacrificing too much in the bottom lane. Selena doesn't really need a buff, but it's really nice to have, especially in the early game, because you run out of mana so freaking fast. So getting a buff should still be a priority, at least in the early game, until your teammate demands it from you.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
Okay, so that was lucky. The enemy didn't really know what to do there, because we got a backup from our Kufra real quick, and we happened to hit our stuns, so that was a pretty good team fight. So in that situation, usually you just want to throw a stun at anybody, right? And when you hit that stun, you can always make sure that the enemy is dead if you have teammates, but if you don't, then a better option would be to just make sure that you don't die. And with this kind of team fight, you just want to make sure that your tank goes in first so he can tank the damage of the tower. But if it's not around, then just go in. I'm probably gonna die here, unless he backs off, which he did, and we can stun him and kill him. That's good. So that was a really good exchange. There's another guy. Oh, there's 2 guys. I shouldn't go for this because I'm gonna die to Bane's sneeze. So yeah, that's still a good exchange. 2 for 1. Our Tresla died unfortunately, but that's still a good trade. So yeah, our middle lane is pretty bad. We lost our tower real quick, but that's balanced by our Leslie's push to the bottom lane, so that's okay. So transitioning from a team fight, you just want to recover your health and mana, and then you look at your jungle, and if there's still monsters lying around, you really want to just clear them real quick. And then you look at the map, see where the enemies are, and if there's a team fight coming, you should always be ready to back up your teammates. Like this. So this isn't a good idea, really, because Minstithar's ultimate is active and you can't really move around really well when it's active. But since our team is all there, we can just do it anyway. That should have been a hit. I don't want to go for that. He's too tanky. Still on full health, so... But looking at the items, I think I can probably kill him if I hit him with a stun. Which I do, and he's dead. Because, like I said, the early game is a really important part for playing Selena. And when you have this advantage of over 1,000 gold, you can pretty much kill anybody that's hit by your trap and arrow. So you should always try for it. And after killing, you should always transition into farming your lane and your jungles. And we're probably gonna die here. Yeah. Yep. Oh no, we're good. Because he failed. As you know, Cho, when he kicks you into a bush, he loses vision of your hero, and so he can't follow it up with his second part of his ultimate, and that's what happened there. And we just so happens that we have a stack of our passive on him, so when we used our second skill on him, we can use it for another time, and we escaped. So I guess we have good luck on our side. And now it's time to try and kill him. We're probably not gonna get him. So our teammates recovered. You probably noticed they died pretty quickly early game, but now we're pretty even. We're in 8 kills, total of 18 for the whole team. So yeah, that's just everything you want to do with Selena, right? You just want to poke the enemies with your stuns and your abyssal traps so that they lose their health, and come a team fight, you're gonna have an easier time killing them. Yeah, can kill him. So yeah, you saw that because we threw a lot of stuns, we added a lot of stacks of our passive on them, right? So if you know how to play Lancelot, Selena's second skill in her abyssal form is working in pretty much the same way that Lancelot's first skill does, where if you can time your skills, paying attention to the stack of your passive, you can repeatedly use that skill to move around, right? So what you saw in that team fight is that because we stacked a lot of those passive, we moved around really well, and we can hit our enemies really nicely, and they disintegrated, so that's good. Again, just go back to your farming, because what you want to be careful with while playing Selena is that she's really good in the early game, especially if you get a really good early game. But she falls off really quickly because she'll lose farm to heroes like Moskov here. And you probably know that Moskov getting fat is not a good idea. So, 2 things you want to consider is that you have to continue farming even though you roam a lot. And the second thing you have to keep in mind is you want to shut down your enemies all the time. What that means is that you want not to give them space. And if they don't have space to farm, you're limiting their ability to recover in the game, and at the same time you're taking all the farm you can get, essentially widening the gap in your gold and equipment. Okay, it's not a good team fight, but we probably can still win this. This is not a good time for a lag. Yeah, okay. We're okay. Give that to Harith. So, okay. After a big team fight like that, you want to recover, because the enemy team is also recovering. The best way to recover is, of course, if you're low on health, go back and jungle. But if you're good with health, just try and clear your lanes and push them back to the enemy side. Because with creeps pushing on their side, we can control their area of the map more freely, limiting their ability to farm.
Sure, there are ugly demons in the abyss, but there are also gorgeous elves like me.
So, what I did here is again place the traps in strategic places where we can have vision of our enemy's location, and doing that we can see where the enemies are going, and so we can rotate more effectively if we needed to. Like so, we saw that Mincetar was playing around with Harith, and so because we know that he's playing with Harith, we can just go and help him out. With this team fight, we just want to go back because Kufra is low, but apparently he's very strong. And Thrizla pulled up a very good ultimate, so that fight really turned around in just a second. So good wipeout, our Leslie is free farming, and we're probably gonna get a Lord. So this is another easy game with Selena. This is pretty much how it goes if you get a good early game with this hero. Just make sure that you transition well to the mid game, which means you have to roam more effectively while not forgetting to farm, and effectively limiting the enemy's farm at the same time. And that way your gap in gold and equipment stays the same throughout the game, meaning they won't be able to kill you, but you can kill them in a very short time. We're probably gonna die here unless Kufra saves me. Yeah. Oh, that didn't hit. What? That's not a good idea. Okay. Whew, that was close. If Harith didn't kill Uranus there, I'm probably dead. So another wipeout, Lord is pushing in, that's probably the end of the game. So I hope you enjoy that video. It was a pretty easy game, we had a good start, we transitioned well to the mid game and the late game, and in the end it's just another day of Selena. So thank you for watching, hope you had fun. If you liked the video, please give it a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me what you want to see in the next video, which heroes, what you want to learn, and I'll try to cover it in the next few days. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.